Hi there. Welcome to the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma, and today we're hanging out in my studio, and I just wanted to bring you an idea that I'm toying with for 2024. So last year I started doing a theme of creating sacred spaces in the garden, and I didn't go super heavy on it, but I did try to implement it a little bit more. And that is becoming a bigger and bigger priority for me, to create more sacred spaces in my life, in my home, in my garden. And one of the ways that I thought that I might be able to do that even deeper and maybe with more consistency for me is to work with herbs in a sacred way. And the way that I want to do that is to look up the sacred meaning of different herbs and the way that they've been used in folklore. And in my personal lineage is Irish Gaelic, so I'll definitely lean heavily on that, and I would love to incorporate other regions of the world if I learn about their traditions and that particular herb. But I will definitely be teaching from the blood lineage of my own personal line. And I have other blood lineages as well. I have lineage out of France and Russia and Germany, and that would be kind of interesting to see how they all kind of meld. But when you look at my DNA blood results, I'm very Irish. So that's pretty much where I'll be concentrating my studies and efforts. But so I have a pretty extensive medicinal garden now. I love growing herbs. It's my favorite category of plants to grow, because they're very easy to grow, for one thing. And I love all the different textures they have. I mean, you look at a rosemary next to a comfrey, next to a basil. I mean, they're just so completely different, and I just love that about herbs. And they have such a huge, wide range of medicinal value that I really, really appreciate. And, I dry my own herbs, or I make teas and tinctures and salves and poultices and all the things from my herbs from my garden, and I love doing that. And now I'm ready to take my studies to a deeper level and take them on a walk on the spiritual side. So I thought that maybe on Sacred Saturdays we will talk about specific herbs every week, or plants, shrubs, trees. There's medicinal trees, of course. And just the different ways that different cultures have revered those plants in different cultures, in different regions of the world. I just thought that would be a really fun way for me to continue my studies in herbal medicine, to bring my spiritual practices in cohesiveness with my gardening practices, and share some interesting, fun, educational kind of content with all of you. I'd love to hear in the comments below if that's something that you're interested in, and if there's any particular herb, plant, tree, or region that you would like me to focus on for one of the weeks. I might do some polls later on, trying to get more ideas, but for right now I have lots of my own. Just as an example of what I'm talking about, I will bring to you our Druid alphabet, which is the Ogham, and it is derived from an ancient Celtic Druidry that created an alphabet. And all of their alphabet letters represented some kind of sacred tree, which is such a beautiful thing. The entire alphabet is made out of trees. So we have ash tree and birch trees and oak trees. Try to think. beech, aspen. Is it aspen? Yeah. And well, there's a whole bunch of them. There's 28 of them, but I think those are like the 5 most prominent ones. The silver birch for sure, the oak. The Druids are well known for practicing their arts in a grove of elder oaks. Yeah. Anyway, the holly, ivy, but ivy's not a tree. It's a but the holly and the ivy. That's you know, it's famous Christmas song, but it's also a famous folklore story, and we could talk about that. That might be a fun a little story to tell. Yeah. What started me on this idea is I wanted to add more trees to the property, and I don't have a lot of room for new trees, so I want them to be really special, really specific, and I wanted to incorporate more spiritual trees onto my property. And you know, like the Native Americans really put a lot of reverence on the cedar, and we have cedars that grow naturally around here, but I have an incense cedar, I think, and I'm not sure. I have a lot of evergreen trees on my property that are on the outskirts of the property that I've not identified all of them yet, because I can't actually quite get to them and get my hands on their boughs. So anyway, my point is there's just so many different ways to look deeper into our medicines and our trees, our native trees, our imported trees, plants, all the beautiful ways that that plant life can support our spiritual walk. And there's lots of herbs, shrubs, and trees that are mentioned in the Holy Bible that we can talk about this year and what their significance is. And yeah, I just think it could be I think it can be a really fun subject to dive into, and I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that. So make sure you tell me in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. And that's going to be it for today's video. Just sort of a shout out and a, you know, hey, what do you think? Let's brainstorm about some fun things to check out this year. And I'm going to end this one here. I hope you're celebrating your life, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.